Hey, this is Andy here with Libertarian Revolution, and I'm here to talk to you today about what I consider to be the four most important libertarian issues. Now, I'm not getting into, for purposes of this discussion, I'm not getting into philosophical questions like, should government exist, the non-aggression principle, property rights, should there be a ruling class? This is outside of that. I'm getting more into political issues here. And these are what I think are the top four issues. And I've been involved in the libertarian movement since the 1990s, so I've been around this stuff for a long time. Anyway, here are, I'm going to put my top four. I'm not going to put them in any particular order. But, some people talk about different issues and they say, oh, yeah, I really want to legalize weed, man. I think that's important. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it's just not in the top four. Or, I think gays should be able to get married. Well, hey, you should be able to, people should be able to enter into voluntary relationships. And, I agree with that, but, not in the top four issues, Or war, Governments get into wars, a lot of people die, costs a lot of money. I agree that's an important issue, but still doesn't make my top four. So anyway, what is in the top four? Well, I would say as follows, and this not necessarily in order. I'm going to say number one, taxes. Now, why do I have taxes at number one? Because taxes are the lifeblood of government. Without taxes, government doesn't exist. That's what funds all the insanity, is taxes. Cut off taxes and you can get rid of government, except for number two, which is the Federal Reserve System and fiat currency. Again, outside of taxes, that's how government funds their insanity. So, you want to get rid of government, you got to get government out of being in control of the money system. You got to take that out of the hands of the state and have an actual free market in money, whether it's gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, or whatever, but you got to take that away from the government. So you get rid of taxes, you get rid of the Federal Reserve System and fiat currency, you've effectively eliminated the government at that point. Because then you just have maybe some control freak telling people what to do, and they don't have any funding to hire armed thugs, i.e. government enforcers, i.e. police and military and other government agents who are armed to enforce any of their edicts. Anyway, next on my list here, which a lot of people would say should be number one, and I can certainly see a strong argument for that, and that is the right to keep and bear arms. So the right to keep and bear arms, it gives the regular common people the ability to fight back against government. If you have no right to keep and bear arms, you can't defend yourself from government tyrants or common criminals. So, right to keep and bear arms is an extremely important issue. And you take away the right to keep and bear arms, you've lost everything else. Which is why the statists, the big government people, are, they want to take our guns away. That's why they want to do it. Because, an armed population, or a disarmed population rather, is easier to control. Okay, now the fourth most important issue, I believe, is fair jury trials. And that is jury trials where all the jurors are actually randomly selected, and they know that they have the right to judge not only the facts of a case, but the validity of a law itself. And if they believe that the law is unjust or is being applied in an unjust manner, they can vote not guilty, even if the person's guilty. It's called jury nullification, or some people call it jury independence. But I personally like jury nullification myself. And now some people might say, well, I'm an anarchist, so I don't think that people should be compelled to serve on juries. Okay, well, that's fine. But, even in a theoretical anarcho-capitalist society, there would still have to be some kind of a criminal justice system and private courts. And I think there would still be a need for a jury system, trial by jury. And anyway, so I consider fair jury trials with randomly selected, fully informed jurors of their right to engage in jury nullification if they believe that the law is unjust or is being applied in an unjust manner. Those are what I believe are the top 4 libertarian issues. Outside of the philosophical stuff, okay? Not getting into that for this discussion. Now, so let me know if you agree with me or not, whether or not these are the top 4 issues. Now just because I'm saying these are the top 4 issues doesn't mean that these are the only issues that libertarians should talk about. Sure, talk about other issues. That's great. You want to talk about education, war on drugs, or whatever, talk about it. But I think these are the top, what I just said are the top 4 issues, and I think there needs to be a lot more focus on those issues, especially on jury nullification. Not enough of the public knows about jury nullification, and I'll probably make some more videos about that in the future. Anyway, let me know in the comments section if you agree with me about these are the top 4 libertarian issues. Okay, talk to you until next time.